Well, I can tell you what, it's been an exceptionally busy time in Gauteng over the last couple of days as the new mayors for the 3 metros in the province were being sworn in, with the City of Ekurhuleni being the last to have its inauguration ceremony yesterday. After much tension and speculation, it's now all systems go for the new mayors. And joining us in studio is the newly elected executive mayor of Ekurhuleni, who was sworn in yesterday, Masina. It is so good to have you. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Good morning.
And congratulations.
Much appreciated. I'm humbled by the support that we've received from the people of Ekurhuleni and all the parties that have worked with the African National Congress to ensure this victory yesterday. Did you,
I mean, it's been tough everywhere, it really has. I mean, nothing's been a foregone conclusion, but you were telling me earlier you did feel confident. The ANC was very confident of this one.
Yes, we were confident because we were able to quickly negotiate with other parties. You know that we got 49.4%, so we needed about 4 seats to ensure victory for the ANC. But we had well over 8 seats that we secured through various negotiations, including the help that we got from the national leadership to discuss with the AIC, PAC, IRASA, as well as the Patriotic Alliance to ensure this victory for the African National Congress.
Yeah. Now, I mean, before everything started, obviously there was concerns about the payroll and whether or not you were still being on the government payroll with regards to your deputy ministerial position. I mean, that was all sorted out.
Well, that was quite a stupid question from the opposition because they should have asked that question when I was taking oath there. You know, when I became the mayoral candidate, I knew that at the point of taking oath, I must resign. So I have tendered my resignation to both the executive, to the president, as well as to the Speaker of Parliament. Yeah. As to where the process is, I cannot account for that. I have got proof that I have sent resignation letters to both important offices. So I can safely tell you that if I was paid for the last time.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to some of the issues now that you're going to be looking at, because, I mean, it's now getting down to business, rolling up your sleeves. You walk into the office this morning, as we said, you put that chain on and it's business. What are the top 3 priorities for you going into the position?
Well, I think the most important thing for me is to deliver services faster and quicker to our people. Yesterday, when we addressed the communities of Ekurhuleni, there's quite a number of issues that we dealt with. Firstly, we're going to be building houses for our people, about 100,000 houses, make available service stands, about 59,000 service stands to our people, but also ensure that we electrify all the informal settlements in our area using alternative sources of energy so that all our people can have their own dignity, including ensuring that we can tie all the remaining roads in the city of Ekurhuleni. But more importantly, on the national scale, we're going to be ensuring that we put the issue of building our university on the map, because it's a national competency. We want to ensure that the national government begin to say to us, why can't we have our own university? We're the only metro in the world that does not have the university. But also, we are going to be starting the process immediately to build our own power station to ensure security of supply, as we will be rolling out massive electrification program. These are some of the things that we'll be doing, working together with the people of Ekurhuleni. So we want to call upon all the opposition parties to focus on the work at hand, other than the bickering, side bickering, because we have seen what has happened in cities like Johannesburg. Amongst the things that I said yesterday, I still cannot understand why the people of Soweto, the people of Ibai in the Eastern Cape, and the people of Tshwane have deserted the ANC when we've delivered so much. And as the ANC, we have said that we'll have to go back and self-introspect to see some of the issues. But I think that we can't be faltered on service delivery. We've done all the things that we're supposed to be doing, but there might be some internal issues that we need to be dealing with. And I think you would have heard from the Secretary General that the party is considering a number of other things to relook into our position or standing as a party to renew the organization itself. But in terms of service delivery, I think that the ANC-led government throughout the country has done extremely well.
Yeah, I mean, it just sees. I mean, when you speak to people and you feel the mood within South Africa, I think it's just a general mood of wanting to get rid of any form of corruption. It's wanting to to see the delivery and the money being put and directed to the right causes and to the betterment of the people of South Africa, as opposed to the enrichment of certain people. And I think that was the voice of the people speaking out. And I know you say it came as a surprise. I mean, you are surrounded by DA mayors. Let's not kid. I mean, if we have to look at a map, it's Ekurhuleni, and then you've got Tshwane, and then you've got Gauteng. Well, you've got Johannesburg around you, and it's DA. I mean, you've got a lot to prove going into Ekurhuleni.
Well, let's see how it's going to go. I think it's a good competition. We have brought about democracy in South Africa, and we respect the outcomes, even though we're disappointed, because we would have thought that our people will focus on the things that were delivered. But judging from what has happened throughout, including the interest of the media, you could tell that these were not local government elections. These were almost like national elections, because
felt that way.
If it was about what the ANC has been able to deliver, I can bet you that we would have won outrightly Johannesburg, Tshwane, Iba. You know, the investment we are making, even as a former deputy minister. I know the kind of work that we're doing there in Port Elizabeth, and I know that the ANC-led government will continue to do that, because we care about the people of South Africa, and we think that we will be given a second chance to correct or self-correct all the other shortcomings that South Africans would have thought about. Yeah. On the issue of corruption, I think that all of us agree that I think there is overemphasis that generally the ANC is runs corrupt government. I don't think that should be the narrative.
Yeah.
There are some pockets of corruption that have been picked up. That is why we have worked with law enforcement agencies to strengthen those areas, so that we can ensure that we run corruption-free governments throughout the country. And I can promise the people of Ekurhuleni and the people of South Africa that we are very strong on corruption. We will make sure that we fight corruption wherever it raises its ugly head. And they must work with us, so that if we find any wrongdoings everywhere, when we act, we must not be called names. We must be supported, because all of us know that any corruption delays service delivery.
All right. I'm going to have to leave it there, even though I've got so many more questions to ask you, but it's good to get an understanding of where you're coming in from. Zwandile Masina, he is the new executive mayor of Ekurhuleni. We wish you the best of luck. I know we'll be seeing lots of you, but good luck as you make your way to the office for the first day.
Thank you, much appreciated.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Thanks.
All right, let's take a break.